Part 2 of readings of 12th of August 2024, 5:45 p.m. Because I had to plug in the bloody the charger twice, it blipped off. So I'm still having technology problems even though I'm filming on the laptop now. So anyway, we'll carry on intrepidly, still in 2017 of the 12th of August. I just received news from my cousin Melvin that he has had 6 mini strokes and had 2 days in hospital, also had a bad reaction to the dye they used in the MRI. He says he will have to sell his car as he was lucky he was not driving when the first stroke occurred. He is 70. He has atrial fibrillation. I pray for his healing. And my cousin Melvin is now 77, because that was 7 years ago, and is now transitioned to being a woman. So not only did he heal himself, but he healed himself in multifarious other ways by assuming his gender that he had always felt he was more comfortable with. So there you go. Much love to you, Melissa Rose. I am often literally haunted by 2 malevolent shades from my life, my mother Gisela and the former lover, David Davidson. One birthed me into this world and spent her life abusing, manipulating and debasing me. The other was handpicked by my mother and her conman henchman, later husband. He too sought to debase, destabilise and manipulate me. He did not factor into the equation my power as a woman, as a child survivor, my strength, and the deepest love and passion. I was betrayed by both these humanoids, and it caused deep fissures and fractures of pain. I escaped both of them, and when the latter died, he came to haunt my door for 4 consecutive nights. It was very bizarre. I see now that he was trying to show me he was sorry in his usual backwards, half-assed, predatory way. Like my mother, a sociopath in life with an intact personality in death, these spirits refuse to move on and they think they can still manipulate. But I was born on angels' wings to dance and thrive in dens of iniquity, to jive and strive to stay alive and to be loved for no reason other than that very majestic survival that became a badge of honour and an underhanded success. I know, it's a bit weird, but that's my life, babies. So back off, Gisela and or David, in your little vortex of evil. I rose and shone. I love with and without you. 1,000 eyes have seen the glory and witnessed the unravelling of my story, and still deaf and blind to the reality that is my inner perfection. Psychedelic dreamer, Cupid's bitch, and pleasure's adornment. I only asked to have everything that was stolen and or strangled out of me returned to me, to the power of 10. The Lord has blessed me with great awareness of his greatest miracles, amongst them my own triumph and my own healing. I am grateful and humbled. I am weary and wary. I have seen fake and false friends and lovers fall by the wayside. Some I wilfully picked up and clutched to my heaving, grieving, blossoming breast. I fed them from the deepest, most beautiful, blessed bowels of my soul. But it was never enough for these people. I was never enough. I will never be enough. That is okay. They fail to see and know me as I am. Blessed be the true lovers and the mystics, the wayfarers and the way showers, the broken and the gloriously, righteously free. We do not belong to this world, but walk through it and fly across the deep and mighty oceans of tormented, tempestuous vice. And that is okay. I have tasted real happiness, sweet and balming like ambrosia on my lips. My loins have nurtured and birthed 2 daughters. My days and nights are cursed by contemptuous, sinuous, lustful men. 'Twas a lesson in loss and grief and in fortitude. I remain beautiful in body, mind, and spirit. The gods gave back my teeth. My body is toned from dancing, and my mind, although sullied and fractured, is polished and brilliant, like a newly cut diamond. My wealth is more precious than rubies and stems from my soul. Those who tore me down, who still yet envy me, who keep me from my rightful equal status and economic success, who can only love me as a damaged, deranged, disabled dependent, well, I see you as you are. I am not afraid of your hatred or judgment. My only blessing has been truth and an open heart and a clarified mind. 12th of August 2016, 4:08 a.m, time to attempt to sleep again. My poor brain is working in shifts, fits and starts, shattered, splattered, but reconstructed. Another superb morning, another day in paradise. Amazing. Blessed be the Holy One who sustains us and brings us to the season of joy. Blessed are we whom are protected and guided, loved and cherished by loved ones, seen and unseen. Thank you. Kiss. 5 hours deep sleep after a wakeful early night. I guess my body clock is recalibrating, or another one of my weird spiritual ascensions. Mortal bodies do not cope well with immortal tweakings. I prayed for perfect alignment and, as is usual, for my personal dark-humoured angels. They threw me under a bus, then dragged me out and dusted me off, and are catching the next ride to nowhere or glowwhere. Funny buggers, bless them. I hope they know what they are doing, because it is killing me. But look. Photo of my little hens with Beauregard in my beautiful backyard on a beautiful sunny gorgeous day. Feeling happy, am I right? Happy family life at Sacred Space. My car is named for the Ein Sof. I call my home Sacred Space. I sport one of the Holy One's sacred names. Ayah, Ayah. I am that I am, where a man's tefillin straps would be. The prophetess of Brisbane, wisecracking at drunks on Friday and or Saturday night. God botherer, spirited creature of the night, and light, laughing my arse off. Fools and insane persons, lovers, artists and muses, God's chosen. My crazy father used to tell everyone at the Ipswich Caravan Park in December to January 1981 to 1982 that I was a guru. He was nuts, but now after all these years, I think he may have been partially right. He drove me to Gympie because an errant spirit on a Ouija board told him that I had to be given gold top psilocybin mushrooms and they could be obtained there. We walked into a local pub. He asked the bartender. He was furious and disgusted and threw us out. I had no idea, and upon returning home to New Zealand, asked a friend. She was equally horrified. That shit could have killed you. We were not drug takers and had no idea how to prepare them. I would have probably died for sure. Now, after all these decades, I learned that psilocybin can cure complex PTSD, but it requires an experienced person to prepare the mushrooms, and I am not risking what is left of my mind on an acid trip, although LSD does the same thing, also ayahuasca. So for years I was furious at my ignorant, foolish father, obeying the instructions of a discarnate spirit, and giving up only when he realized it was both illegal and dangerous. But the spirits wanted to cure me. How very nice. Consider me cured, laughing out loud. Psychotropic medications turned me into a zombie, and my rare dabbling with marijuana in recent years has helped me more than Effexor, Zoloft, Prozac, Surzone, Abilify, Zyprexa, Cipramel. I think there were a few others as well. Oh my God, so many manufactured pharmaceuticals to keep me down and out, repress my psychoactive imagination and my wild, free spirit. But it was better than killing myself, which ultimately I almost did anyway. Drugs are bad, okay? Get high on life, love, spirit, pets, children, true loves, sunshine, fresh air, water, natural highs like weed if you must explore the inner recesses of your mind. Weed 2 days after a colonoscopy, 'cause some sick evil bitch played Solomon's baby with a tiny puppy. My body's still slushing with anesthetic. That was the life-altering trip. Mind-altering. Visioning Whoopi Goldberg as God. I still have to laugh about that one. Too funny. Watching trees breathe, communing with them. Bliss. But now I get to experience life fully and straight. A few drinks on the weekend to keep me real, but natural highs, people. Life, be in it. 'Cause you ain't getting out of it alive, so make it uniquely yours. Love it or leave it. Supersede it, but don't impede it. Eat the chocolate. Make love, not war, if only for the sake of we celibate, broken, dejected ones. Oh, Charlie. Rejected ones, that said, but dejected applies as well. Love is the lubricant of the universe. Real love. Isn't it, Charlie? Yes, Mama T. Not those ghastly sociopaths I always choose, jokers with greasy masks and wigs. I am paying my karma from another time and another place, so excuse me if I have to scream now, but Hashem has his foot on me like a dying, tortured rat, and it is funny, but I think I get it now. Chosen child syndrome. I hate being owned, and God knows it. Laughing out loud. Spring is coming, or here already, not sure. Only the scrub turkey knows for sure, but I thought he was prematurely mounding. I just found my first jonquil blooms, crushed into the ground by one of my new hens, as they love being able to feel the dirt under their feet after a life in a shed kept on wire mesh. I would be angry, but hell, freedom has its price and its rewards. So I pick up the flower and I put it in a vase. I tried to protect the jonquil patch with mesh, but not enough. I need to go to a recycling place and buy old pet enclosures to fence off favourite plants, as chickens must be chickens and find their feet. Just like certain women must be wild women or we die. It makes no sense to anyone but us, and that is okay. Trigger warning, feminine hygiene topic. So, gentlemen and boys, leave the room now if you don't want to hear about menstruation, but it affects your mothers, your sisters, your wives, your girlfriends, your aunties, your grandmothers up to a certain point till they hit menopause. It affects almost everyone, and because we experience this on a monthly basis, it's the reason why you, the male gender, are even here. So, but it's if you can't handle discussion of that sort of thing, off you go have a beer or a coffee or a cup of tea or whatever and turn me off. You have the power of the X button. Trigger warning, I said that already. Today, 39 years ago, aged 12. Well, it's a lot longer than 39 years ago now. What year were we up to? By the gods. 2016, so add 8 to 39. 47 years ago, by the gods. You know, it's funny, I woke up this morning, I thought, oh, happy anniversary. The first day I menstruated. I menstruated for the first time. I was staying with my father on a kiwi fruit plantation outside of Melbourne. He was working on the vines and I was cleaning his caravan. I was afraid of my impending womanhood, remained that way right up until I birthed my daughters, and after cataclysmic labours finally realised that being a woman was a state of being of a true warrior, facing death and bringing forth life, true alchemy of the body, mind and spirit. I did not know what to do, but I needed sanitary napkins. I knew that much. I didn't want to tell him, but there was blood and it needed dealing with. But I did. He was awkward, embarrassed, fucking grown man that had been stripping my mother for however long, embarrassed by his daughter having a period. It's a bit ridiculous, isn't it? But this is how fucking useless and acopic they were, though. I felt lost and confused. I stuffed toilet paper down there. I think we were a long way from the shops, ? On coming back home to Melbourne, she, my mother, gave me an old-fashioned sanitary belt and rolled up rags. Too cheap or deliberately cruel to buy me proper pads from the chemist or supermarket. This was 1977, people. I wore rags and that belt until I was 13, when I realised you could buy pads. I used my pocket money to buy them. Emancipated woman. It was a luxury, and I threw that belt away with glee. At Wellington Girls College, the other girls had mocked me for my belt and rags. When we were getting ready for gym class and getting changed, they would see what you had on. It was cruel and humiliating, but one kind soul took me aside and showed me pads. What magic! Then at 14, another girl showed me tampons, so I could go swimming, and oh my God, what magic they were! The ultimate freedom. I used them for decades until I realised that they were a toxic shock, leaching bleached cotton into my uterus, and as the former homeopathic lover pointed out, causing disease. He was right about that. So at 32, I stopped using them and reverted to pads again. It's the only thing that he did that was good for me, David Davidson, was getting me off, using tampons, because it really did damage my uterus. At 42, my uterus was surgically removed. No more pain or suffering with my reproductive systemic failures to comply with my womanhood. It was painful, but so worth it. A bladder and a vagina repair happened simultaneously. I was reconstructed and rebuilt like a $6 million woman, but penniless. I still have to watch out for my bladder. Years of trauma takes its toll on your body. Now I am 51 and have been free of that monthly cleansing for 9 years. Well, I'm 59 now, so it's 18 years. I was 42 when I had the surgery, so 17 years. My body is older, wiser, mine, a sacred space, my space, reclaimed, perfect. Sure enough, menopause is not for sissies, or really it is, a sisterhood of crondom, but who is splitting whiskers here? Bring me my HRT, please don't, that blew out my gallbladder. My lovers, I put lover and S plural. That was thinking positively, wasn't it, darlings? My lovers. Oh well, I was still vaguely active, I think, when I was 51. No, I wasn't. I'd given up. I quit at 50. Well, anyway, it was still manifesting, like I am to this day, still manifesting my one true lover man. Bring me my wine and or Jack Daniels, my cats, a few good books and chocolate and copious cups of tea, not good for my errant bladder, caffeine. This old woman's body has got me covered, coveted, converted, cosseted, but never closeted. We are out. I loves my precious, I does. Golden girl. Update 2019. Well, the HRT fucked up my gallbladder, but there was also a family history Both my mother and elder daughter lost their gall, but not their chutzpah. Crondom means I can no longer exist on bovine hormones to stay fresh. So I will be getting older disgracefully and learning to love it. I had to cut back on alcohol as my liver is enlarged, and I also have to cut back on sugar and soft drinks as they are also dangerous for my liver. Been binging on sugar and fried food since yesterday, so there will be hell to pay in 2 days. I got a little triggered, so comfort fed yesterday. No wonder my stomach is aching. Although that grumbling intestinal resentment started on Saturday before I broke my healthy diet on Sunday arvo. The full menopausal symptoms, hot flushes, night sweats, insomnia kicked back in 2 weeks ago, after 5 weeks of blessed relief as my body focused all its resources on healing from the gallbladder operation. Not happy about menopause biting me back like a bitch, but this too shall pass in like another 10 years. I have been in perimenopause since 33 and I am 54 now. A long, hard ride being attacked by my own hormones. I am looking forward to my 60s if I can survive this epic bullshit that long, as I think I will finally have a clear run at life without the itching, sweating, bitching and glitching. Only time and my recalcitrant, stubborn body will tell. I hate you, you old bitch. Yeah, well you were stuck with me for a bit longer. Tanya, the intrepid, indomitable one. Self-talk. Keep it real. Breathe in. Breathe out. Strive to thrive. Magic happens, babies. I am living proof of that. Here I posted a photo of socks and Beauregard. Oh, he's so sweet. They're both so sweet. I miss my babies. Oh, it wasn't socks, it was Mushu. They look the same. Back in bed, Beauregarding Mushu, lol. Here they are, the two of them side by side. Oh, very sweet. 12th of August 2014. Just before I woke up at 3:30 p.m, I was having a dream about my garden. Gail and Talia and other friends had arrived, and I was busy welcoming them. I was looking down into my fish pond and was placing beautiful crystals as decorations at the bottom of my pond to go with the glass buttons and pebbles. Gail asked me why I was putting such valuable crystals, amethyst, lapis lazuli, tiger eye, into the pond, and I retorted, because they are pretty and I can, and I actually have done that in real life. Can't remember, they've been here for about 5 years, so I actually went ahead and did that. They were little tiny chips of real crystals, real gemstones. Then I noticed about 10 or 20 people tramping all around my house, admiring my garden, total strangers. I asked them what they were doing, and they said I had joined a gardening website and they had come to view my garden. I was perplexed. They declared it all very lovely and gave me hints on various plants. 2 of the men were handsome and told me they looked forward to me joining in on the next garden viewing. One said he didn't think I should put in a veggie patch as the cats would shit in it and that would not be kosher. Then the people left. Odd dream to have just before I heard of Robin Williams' suicide. 12th of August 2012. Yesterday I had a lovely day with Jared, who invited me to go to the Eka. I hadn't been for almost 20 years. I loved the animals and livestock, but oh, the humanity. A timely reminder about why I don't like crowds, but we had fun in spite of the maddening sheeples. I got to see Jared's first and second prize-winning betters, so that was cool too. 12th of August 2011. I was out watering the garden just prior to dusk and was surprised with a visit from Crystal. So we lit the Shabbat candles together, made kiddush over wine, and spent the evening practicing chords on the ukulele. Crystal had me learning songs in no time. So far we tried Mrs. Robinson, Edelweiss, No Aphrodisiac, The Boxer, Sea of Love, and Here Comes the Rain, Cecilia. Then I got a sore hand, but was really pleased how easy it is with a good teacher. My daughter's a very good teacher, as well as she's good at everything, except maybe not sustaining a peaceful, amicable, loving relationship with her mother, but nah, if she wanted to, she could be really fucking good at that too, just saying. Anyway, I had to throw that in there because I'm a mother and I'm a Yiddish mama and I'm the queen of guilt tripping, Yiddish mama style. Why not? I got to get something out of ruining my entire, innards over two human beings that are absent without leave from my life. Just saying. Anyway, meanwhile, life goes on and I rejoice in the love that's being showered over me. My beautiful Charlie and my truly loving friends. So there is that. Not everything is lost. Not just yet, babies. You need to go to bed now, Charlie. It's beyond. The sun's set ages ago. It's birdie num num biddy bye time. Say goodnight to the people, Charlie. Say goodnight, people of Earth. Say hello, goodbye, I love you. No, she's all snoozy and woozy and doozy. My little baby bird. Alright, on that note, thus concludes today's readings of Even Date, and wherever you are in the space-time continuum on planet Earth or in other planets or in the Milky Way or in other dimensions or whoever or wherever or whatever you are, let love be the law and love under will and be kind to each other. And those of you who have control over planet Earth, protect humans and our planet and all other sentient beings, and also the inanimate forces of nature like rivers aren't exactly inanimate, but you know what I mean. Protect the oceans and the waters, protect the celestial waters, protect the mountains and the trees and the rock, protect everything, so that someone else, the next generation, might get to enjoy it all sometime in the very near future. Isn't that right, Charlie? She says, yes, don't be selfish, humans. Don't press that nuclear button. Don't be dicks. Yes, she's right. She's completely right. So on a happy note, live well, live beautifully, live each day magnificently, and love the ones who love you back and slough off the rest. But They have a right to exist too, but just keep them far away from you if they're toxic and evil and awful. And don't have wars. Just put two opposing politicians that want to start a war in a tiny little padded cell and let them go for it and sort their shit out and leave the rest of us to get on with our happy lives. Am I right, Charlie? Yes, Mama, you was right. Of course, you're always right, except when I'm wrong. But anyway, bye for now, and good night from Sacred Space at Titania's Realm.